Good morning everybody and welcome to Vlogmas day 14. Good morning. I'm stuck in traffic. I'm on my way for my B12 injection. I think I said on Vlogmas day 1 that I was off to get a vitamin D injection. And now I'm going to go and get my B12 injection. As explained before, I've only started this over the last year and I did have to have a bit of a break as well. So I haven't had many of these injections, especially in succession, but I'm really excited about it because I'm on track now to just continuously have them from next year, kind of like one a month until I don't need them anymore. Fingers crossed, or then I can like have bigger gaps between. The vitamin B12 really hurts and you have to drink a ton of water, so I'm a bit nervous. Our new neighbours have moved in. They started sanding things at 8:30 this morning. We had a bit of a rough start this morning because I woke up at about 4 and then I couldn't get back to sleep because it was so cold, and then Buddy was just going crazy zoomies. I don't know whether, I actually felt really bad because I was like, do you think she's got zoomies because she's trying to warm up because she's so cold? It was absolutely freezing. Toby and I were literally like shaking and I was like, should we put the heating on? And I was like, we can't put the heating on while we're in bed. That bus had Merry Christmas written on the front of it. That's cute. I feel like I keep forgetting that it's Christmas. Oh, this morning I ordered all the Christmas presents that I've been needing to order and one of them was discounted. So I'm really glad I didn't order it the other day because now it's on sale. So my Secret Santa for my girls' Christmas should be here today. I can wrap that up. And then I've got to go and pick one up tomorrow and the rest should hopefully come either tomorrow or on Saturday. And then we've got my family done. Just then got to get Toby's family, and they've asked for a wildlife camera for their garden, and we've also picked them up a couple of little bits already. Christmas is underway. Okay, I'm done. I'm B12. It's so painful, but today it felt really quick. Like, she did it, she like goes in with the needle. Normally I'm like composing myself and I'm like, wait a second, in a second, and I'm like breathing, and she was just like, okay, I'm going in, and just did it. So I like jumped a bit because it just took me a bit by surprise. She did tell me she was about to do it, but it was just that the actual feeling of the needle going in took me a bit by surprise. Normally it feels really long, like it starts to burn instantly, and then the more she like squeezes in, the burning gets more and more intense, and so it gets to a point where I'm like, you have to take it out. Like, it just gets to the point where I just can't bear it any longer. But I didn't get to that point. It was really fast. I don't know if she was like squeezing it faster, if it like went in where there was more room for the fluid to come out quicker, I don't know, but it was like, okay, this is bad. Oh my god, it's painful. And I was like breathing a couple of times and I was like, shit, it's really hurting, and then it was just done. Now I have to drink at least 3 litres of water. Oh my god. So I need to get drinking. I'm gonna go down to Sainsbury's, which is literally at the bottom of the road, but I'm just gonna move my car because you have to pay to park on this street, and get pizzas for Toby, hopefully bagels for me, and a coffee or matcha, whatever we're fancying today. But I have got to make sure I drink a lot of water. I'm just so freaking cold. I feel too cold to drink, you know, like, does anyone else get where you just drink loads of water, it makes you feel cold? Also, this freaking Stanley Cup is too good at keeping water cold. I don't really have like cold water, I always have it at room temperature, but because the pipes are so cold at the moment, when I put tap water in here, it is cold and then it stays cold. Also, I've been listening to Paris Hilton's book and I've been really enjoying it. I listened to it because when it came out, I listened to Britney Spears, her autobiography, and then I just got like, I go through phases where I love like fiction and then non-fiction. Usually my non-fiction is a lot of like self-help books in terms of like manifesting or business things and things like that. So I've been really enjoying autobiographies recently. So I listened to Britney Spears, and then my aunt was like, you have to listen to Matt Perry's book, and I was like, I can't, because he's just passed away. I was like, it's too sad. And she was like, no, I really recommend it. And I had heard a lot of bad things about it, but she was saying that she understands how it could come across quite bad if you were reading it, but listening to it in his voice, it's like completely different. So I listened to it and I found it so nice listening to him, because he has recently passed. It was just really nice to kind of like hear his voice, and it's actually really sad that he starts the book by saying like, I should be dead and this message should be coming to you from beyond the grave. And I was like, oh, but it was actually amazing. So then I was just on a bit of an autobiography high, so I saw that Paris's book came out and I've been listening to that and I'm really enjoying it. I watched her documentary a couple of years ago and about her time in Provo place, and she goes into a lot more detail about what actually happened there in her book, and I'm finding it really interesting. Yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. I feel like people are so judgy over Paris Hilton. I really hate when people are judgy over like reality TV people or just celebrities when they actually don't know anything about them. I always get this where people like really slag off the Kardashians, and I'm like, have you ever even watched one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Do you know anything about them? And then when people do, they're like, oh, they're actually like really different. Like even the other day we were watching Kardashians and Toby was like, Kim Kardashian's like really actually quite nice. And I was like, yes. Why does everyone always just assume everyone's just like a bitch? But I love Paris Hilton because obviously Paris Hilton is like a brand and her voice is fake and all of those things, and I really enjoy hearing more of like the real side of her. But yeah, I'm massively enjoying it. Whether you like Paris Hilton or not, it's definitely worth a listen. I'm about to go and run my errands, but I've just literally realised I've been sat in the car for 15 minutes listening to this book. I like parked and then have just sat here, and I just wanted to like get to the end of a bit, and also it's freezing, so I was pretty happy to sit with the heaters. And I just looked at the time and I'm like, I've just been sat here for 15 minutes. What am I doing? I need to crack on. I'm just like really into it. She's out now, I think. And I really want to know like what happens. She's going to like the tabloids to talk about this Provo place. So I'm really sucked in. I should have bought my headphones so I could just listen to it whilst I'm doing things, but I always forget. Okay, getting out the car now. I had to turn that off. No bagels. It's becoming a problem. So I have got some bread because I thought I could have toast. Oh, I got Toby a cheese twist in Starbucks because they've only just started doing cheese twists, and Toby likes to think he boycotts Starbucks. He's like, I boycott them, they're not a good company, but then he'll buy me a Starbucks. He'll get himself a Starbucks if we're like traveling and like he needs to have one. He also really wanted to try the cheese twist. This car is 1,000 degrees, which I am loving, but I don't think the food is gonna love. So let's go deliver Toby's cheese twist to him, his 2 pizzas. I was worried I had a little mark on my bag. Guys, I'm loving this bag so much. I think this is the best thing I've ever got. Just stunning. I don't know if you can see this. Buddy is the only cat I know who does this. She sits with her legs like really wide apart. I've never seen any other cats do this. I also need to go and review the girl that does my injection. She asked me to do this before and I completely forgot. But she's so lovely. I've mentioned her a few times, but she's just so kind to me. She's so nice, and she's always like, your skin looks amazing, your hair looks amazing. She just makes you feel so good. She's just so lovely. And she did ask me to review her because I think she's trying to apply for a course to do like another level. She does so many things, I don't even know what else she could possibly be training to do. But she said it like really helps if she has like over 200 reviews or something. So we need to go and review her, don't we, honey? Toby just made me hot chocolate and I put cream on it, and I think I overdid the cream. Okay, I think I fixed it by eating all the cream, having a sip and adding more cream. I mean, if you're not having hot chocolate as a vehicle just to eat cream, you're doing it wrong. It's like she just knows when I'm filming and she gets a bit jealous. I just turned the camera on and she just started like meowing at me, jumped on the table, and I just started introing this and she's, you okay, honey? She's trying to make me play with her and her little like bird toy, so you can probably hear that in the background. But I thought, to round off this vlog for today and to make it a little bit more festive, I would, whoa, Buddy! I thought I would go through one of my recent blog posts, because if you don't know, I have a blog and I do Vlogmas, which is essentially Vlogmas, but blog version. I'm pretty sure I made it up because I don't know anyone else who does this, but I'm not gonna give myself that credit just in case I didn't, because I'm sure some of you are like, everybody else does this. But one of the blog posts that I posted so far this month has been a Christmas movie bucket list. And it basically consists of all of the films that I actually think are good. Netflix Christmas films are great for like when you don't want to pay attention or you just want something in the background but you don't want to watch it. But these films are the ones that you like need to watch. you need like hot chocolate, popcorn, the kind of movie that you want to like actually watch basically. So I've made like a little bucket list. So on my blog post there is literally a little bucket list. You can print it off, you can tick it off if you want to. I will link it down below, but basically it's just a list of the top Christmas movies that I think are actually like really good. Starting off, Home Alone. It's not a movie that I used to like watch every year as a kid, but I watched it a couple of years ago and I just love it, and I think it's such a great movie. It's like fun and silly, and it's nice to have something a bit like light-hearted, because some of them are quite like serious storylines and quite long, so I feel like Home Alone's quite funny. Elf is an absolute must. I've already watched Elf. Obviously we went to see Elf the musical last week, and it's just like the best Christmas film ever. I actually went to cinema to see this when it came out. I was really young, and I think when I went to the cinema I didn't really get it, and it was quite like unique for a Christmas film when I was a kid, and I remember being like, I don't really know what this is, and then watching it again a couple of years later and being like, this is actually such a good movie. Everybody has to watch Elf. If you haven't watched it yet, go and watch it. This is your sign. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This is like a big favorite in my family. We used to watch it every year. My family are a little bit obsessed. We've got all like Christmas decorations on our tree to do with Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We always watch it. We will watch this on Christmas Day most likely. So I was gonna say I might save it, but I don't want to. I already want to watch it. Like, I might watch it on Sunday when I'm back from my weekend with the girls, when I need like a bit of a boost. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow, I don't know. Since now I'm talking about it, I'm like in the mood to watch it. The Muppets Christmas Carol. I've added this to my list for myself. So this was a movie that I used to watch when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it. And I haven't watched it for so many years that I'm kind of excited to watch it again, because I think it's almost gonna seem like a new movie to me, or it's just gonna bring back so much nostalgia that I'd like forgotten about. I have like vivid memories of watching it as a kid, but not enough to like remember the actual movie off the top of my head right now. So that is on the list because it's so nostalgic, but also on the list for me to watch because I need to watch it. The Santa Claus, again, a movie that I've like watched a few times but was never like on my annual list, but I think over the last couple of years it has like made it to the yearly thing, especially because there was the series last year, The Santa Clauses, which is really good. So I would say any of the Santa Claus movies or the series, or all of them. I really love kind of like starting the week and being like, right, let's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, watch all the movies, and then like binge the series at the weekend or something like that. I think that's why things like the Harry Potter films are really popular around Christmas, because it's nice to dip into a series of movies or a series of a show and kind of like have the same theme. So I would recommend The Santa Claus, and if you haven't watched The Santa Clauses, I'd watch that too. Miracle on 34th Street is one of my all-time favourite Christmas movies. I loved it when I was little and I still love it now, and that is definitely going to be one that I'm watching over the next few days because I absolutely love it. It's just the best. Love Actually, again, that's more of a kind of watch with your girlfriends or watch while you're having like a glass of wine wrapping presents. It's not like a movie that I feel like I need to really sit and watch, but at the same time I don't just want it on in the background when I'm not watching it at all. So it's kind of like a half and half for me. Same with The Holiday, love it. I will happily sit down and watch that movie, but again, that's the kind of movie, because it's quite long, I like to have whilst I'm doing something else, writing Christmas cards, wrapping presents, that kind of vibe. Then I've just got a few others on here. The Family Stone, After Christmas, Serendipity, not a Christmas movie, but a really nice Christmas time movie. The Christmas Chronicles, Deck the Halls, Princess Switch, and Night Before Christmas. Vanessa Hudgens, love both those movies. Falling for Christmas, just because you have to. Holiday, so underrated, really love that movie. Single All the Way, again, underrated, love that movie too. And then I also have Jingle All the Way on here, and Four Christmases. Four Christmases we watched the other night, and I really like that film. It's a bit silly for me. It's not really my kind of comedy, but anything with Jon Favreau in it or anything he directs, I just love, and I really do like that film. And then I've got Jingle All the Way, which is probably one of my most favourite Christmas films, purely because there was one Christmas where my brother and I both got a VHS video. I can't remember what I got, but my brother got Jingle All the Way. And I think that's the only reason we used to watch it every year, is because we happened to have it on video. And it's probably not a film that would have become one of my favourite Christmas films unless we kind of had to watch it because we had the video. I remember as a kid not just being kind of like, oh, we're watching this again. But as I've gotten older, I've found it like to be so nostalgic. And and really funny. I feel like watching it as an adult, I enjoy it a lot more than I did when I was a kid, which is bizarre. But I also just like have a lot of nostalgic feelings. It reminds me of like our old house and like a specific Christmas at that time. So it must have either been like the year that we got it or a specific year where we watched it. But it has a lot of memories for me and I absolutely love that film. If you haven't watched it for a long time, watch it. It's actually so good. I really, really like it. I think I'm going to show you Buddy because she has just settled down. This is so classic cat. She's tried to settle down on 2 pillowcases. So she's sat here to watch me finish my video, squishing yourself onto 2 pillowcases. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.